Growing up my entire life, believe it or not, I actually struggled with weight. Now I actually looked like this the majority of my childhood, and I actually had a binge eating disorder after my parents' divorce at the age of 8 or 9 years old. Now guys, society growing up would always tell me different things on how to actually lose the weight. They say do cardio, just eat clean, just do push-ups, all this stuff that really does not matter. So I've spent over a decade perfecting exactly how to get lean and shredded. And this is the physique that I rock now 24/7 all year round. I'm single digits. I have the lower abdominal veins pretty much all the time. So in today's video, it's how to get lean and shredded and pretty much sustain it just forever. Now this is super simple, super easy as long as you follow everything in this video. So without further ado guys, let's get on with the video. What's up guys, my name is Austin Wayne. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. First of all guys, if you're new to the channel, please smash that subscribe button and building an awesome community on this channel. Also guys, follow me on my Instagram at Austin Wayne Official. I post some really sick content on that platform as well. Let's go. Now guys, the things that I'm about to say in this video could actually counteract some of the things that you have been led to believe. But now, considering the fact that at least 80% of Americans are overweight or obese, I have a feeling most of you guys are actually pretty just uninformed as to how to actually shred body fat. So guys, above all else, the number one way to lose body fat is obviously with the caloric deficit. So your body needs a certain amount of calories to sustain its current weight. So calories in, calories out is literally just pure thermodynamics. It is how the body actually shreds body fat. That's actually why your body stores body fat, so that you can use it in the future. So you're not starving yourself, you're not doing any of this BS. You're actually using your body the way it's supposed to. They've actually done tons of scientific research, guys, and people who spend the majority of their lives in a caloric deficit actually live longer, and they also fight aging much more than people who are actually over-consuming the majority of their lives. So guys, the easiest way to know if you are actually in a deficit is pretty much just take your current weight, multiply this by 15, and this is pretty much your maintenance. So for example, if you're 200 pounds, multiply that by 15, that's gonna be about 3,000 calories for the average person per day to maintain that weight. So if you want, for example, about 1 pound of body fat loss per week, you would have about 500 under this each and every day, which is about 2,500. But if you want to go more aggressive, you could have something like 2,000. Now, obviously, guys, this is based off the weight, and maybe you're just extremely sedentary, which would also affect this, or maybe you're just extremely active, which would also affect this, but sometimes it can obviously affect this in a negative manner. Now, guys, in addition to the caloric deficit, you also need, obviously, a good balance of macronutrients. Now, like I've always said, guys, it's not specifically about the food that you're consuming, more so the macronutrients at the end of the day. This is the only thing that matters. So up number one, guys, is going to be the protein. And we need a sufficient amount of protein, or else the body will actually use your stored muscle mass as a fuel source. Because when you're in that deficit, guys, the body's looking for alternative fuel sources. So you need to direct all of that energy into stored body fat. So one way to do this is obviously with enough protein. So they've done lots of studies, guys, and pretty much the golden amount is about 0.6 up to 0.8 times your body weight in pounds. Now, many people, especially bodybuilders, will say this isn't enough. You need 2 times your body weight in pounds. I say bullshit. 0.6 to 0.8, more or less, it's up to you, but that's pretty much the golden amount to sustain muscle mass or potentially even build muscle mass if you are a beginning lifter. Now guys, up next we have the fats. Now, many people will attack the fats, say, oh, fats cause you to gain fat, especially in the 90s, the 2000s. They'll say eating butter, eating bacon actually causes you to gain weight. Once again, I call BS. That is simply not the truth. The truth is, fats actually regulate your hormones, specifically testosterone, HGH, all the good stuff that actually helps you shred body fat and build muscle. So you actually need enough of this. Now, I actually recommend about 30% your total calories should be coming from fats. So guys, one super easy way to calculate this, obviously I recommend most of you guys actually use MyFitnessPal or like a tracking app like this. But if you want to do it the old-fashioned way, here's how to do it. So let's say to be in a deficit, you want to be at about 2,000 calories, okay? So 30% is obviously take 2,000 times 0.3. Now, once you have this, then there should be about 600, okay? So now you want to actually divide this by 9 because there's going to be 9 calories per gram of fat. So pretty much this would mean that every day you have about 67 grams of fat if you want to have about 30%. So obviously, guys, you want very healthy sources of fats. My favorite's actually going to come from animal fats, such as bacon, eggs, some red meat, some steak, things like this, guys. Saturated fats are actually extremely healthy for you. Once again, do not let society fool you guys. Your body needs it to actually produce testosterone and to, once again, keep everything functioning properly. Now, guys, up next is going to be the carbohydrates. Now, carbs really are the least important macronutrient, but you do want a consistent amount. So pretty much the carbs should always just be the last macronutrient, man. Whether it's 30%, 35, 40%, whatever you find comfortable to just pretty much sustain, as long as it's not under ketosis, which means you need at least 50 grams of carbohydrates per day, then just have a consistent number from that point on. So obviously, guys, if you go too low, you will probably experience just some fatigue and just very low energy levels. And obviously, if you go too high, then you won't be getting enough fats or proteins, or you're just overeating in general. So you want to keep the carbs relatively low and invest it into good carbohydrates that you really enjoy. So personally for me, guys, I like to have fruits such as dragon fruits, maybe occasionally like I'll have a burrito, something like this, to really fulfill that carbohydrate requirement throughout the day. Now, guys, like I said, whenever you are actually in this deficit, so you're consuming less calories than your body actually needs, your body is looking for an alternative fuel source. So like I said, guys, it'll either try to go to stored muscle mass or it'll go to stored body fat. So we want to direct it all to that body fat. So another way to do this, in addition to the protein, is going to be with your workouts. So whenever you are in the gym, stop with the BS myth of doing high reps to get toned. That is the biggest lie in the entire world. You actually want to be lifting extremely heavy and trying to push for PRs, because this is triggering to your body. You're like saying, hey, like I still need this muscle mass. You are pushing yourself to your freaking limits, even in a deficit. You are pushing for PRs even in this deficit, and then this will trigger to the body that you need that muscle mass, rather than letting your body use that as a fuel source. So this means you should be going for very heavy sets. So let's say you're doing reverse pyramid. It's like 5, 6, 8 long rest periods in between. Like, you're really focusing on strength-based workouts, at least for the beginning portion of your routine. If you're not familiar with my types of workouts, go watch some of my other videos, guys. Some of my celebrity physique videos, maybe my Robert Pattinson physique video, anything like this, guys, and I pretty much lay it all out exactly for you. Now, like I've always said, guys, the killer to shredding body fat, as in like the worst thing you could do, is medium-based cardio, such as jogging. I fucking hate jogging when it comes to fat loss. If you want to properly shred body fat, the only cardio that you need to be doing is slow, such as walking, or fast, such as HIIT or sprint. If you do medium-paced cardio, such as jogging, essentially your body will go to a VO2 zone, maybe after 15-30 minutes or so, after it burns through your glycogen, and it'll then use stored muscle mass as a fuel source. Obviously, once this happens, it's actually going to lower your metabolism. It's actually going to speed up how much you can gain body fat wise. And so obviously it's going to make this entire process a lot more difficult. So if you want to shred body fat, stay away from medium-based cardio best you can. Not to mention, guys, you're freaking messing up your joints. Long term, you're just going to have very bad knees, ankles, feet, like all of it, man. No one should be jogging. I don't think it's healthy, and especially if you're wearing running shoes, jogging on concrete. Oh my gosh, please stop. Now, guys, one protocol that I actually consistently use for like the last 10 years is going to be intermittent fasting. Now, this is not necessary to shred body fat, but whenever you do intermittent fast, it's pretty much going to make you feel like you're eating a lot more food in a certain window, and you actually get to a point to where you feel full throughout the day, rather than just teasing yourself with these little baby meals 6 to 8 times per day, like once again the mainstream media will tell you. So I recommend actually about 2 to 3 meals within an 8-hour eating window, and this will help making this caloric deficit way easier. Not to mention the huge boost in human growth hormone, which once again will help you shred even more body fat. So the best way to do this, select an 8-hour eating window when you actually want to eat your food. So for example, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And after 6, you cannot eat. And before 10, you cannot eat. This means no calories. This means no sweeteners in your coffee, nothing like this. And then in that window is when you consume all your calories. And then you still need to track calories on top of that. Now, guys, obviously sleep is also so crucial. You need 7 to 9 hours each and every night. Whenever you're sleeping, this is whenever your body's actually rebuilding all of your hormones throughout the night, such as testosterone, HGH. Once again, fat loss, if you cannot tell, is mostly about sustaining your hormones when you're in this deficit so that you keep shredding body fat as effortlessly as possible. And then on top of this, guys, increasing water intake will make all of this so freaking easy as well. So like I've said, 1 to 8 gallons per day, or about 4 to 8 liters each and every day. This will help make you feel even more full whenever you're in this deficit. And you can also blunt this hunger with black coffee and sparkling water if you feel an overwhelming amount of hunger when you are trying to diet down. Now guys, as you are dieting down, keep doing this until you're about 15% body fat. So this is about what 15% body fat looks like visually. And once you hit this, you're going to actually incorporate what is known as refeed days. So this is going to be 1 day per week. Mine is every Saturday, or if you get lean enough, like below 8% or even 6%, maybe even 2 times per week. So on these days, guys, this is pretty much a day where you go up to maintenance, maybe slightly over by a couple hundred. Once again, your current weight times 15 to calculate maintenance. And this is going to be pure carbs. So no proteins, no fats. Because guys, there is a hormone in the body known as leptin. Leptin regulates your fat loss hormones and pretty much how hungry you feel throughout the week. So this depletes as you're dieting down. So the best way to refuel this is with pure carbohydrates. So this is why once a week, you need to be having that refeed day so that you can burst through those fat loss plateaus and get super shredded and super lean. Now guys, like I've always said, my philosophy with anything, it is what you do 80% of the time. So 80% of the time, aggressively attack your fitness goals, aggressively diet, be very OCD, be very autistic when it comes to your fitness goals and just all of this, just fitness stuff. And then the 20%, you can relax a little bit. You can have a burger on your cheat day. You can have some pizza. You can have food that you enjoy. If you're craving a couple of Oreos, you can fit those into your macros. Don't be overly hard on yourself. And guys, I believe in you. You can really achieve any physique that you want to in this life. You can look like a male model. You can look like a Greek god and sustain it year round. You just have to have a little bit of discipline and know for a fact that you can change your body. Now, I believe in you, but if you do want help actually just getting this physique of your dreams, hit the link in the description box, guys, for your free one-on-one consultation with me, Austin Wayne. Now, guys, once again, I have achieved my dream physique just like this, which I sustain 24/7 year round. And then I have also helped hundreds of my personal one-on-one clients do the exact same thing. So if you want to be next, guys, hit that link in the description box to get started working with me. Now guys, once again, if you are new to the channel, I would love it if you smash the subscribe button, building an awesome community on this channel. Also guys, be sure to like this video to push it out into the YouTube algorithm. That's it, I'm gone. I love you guys so freaking much. Peace.